That's what we call the little calendar ghosts reminding me that I need to get on a different call and stop working on what I'm working on.
Yep.
Hey, I got some good news, Sam.
What's that?
We got Joseph taken care of.
How we do that?
Uh, so he got, we reached out to another lender with the seller side with Bruce. I think you talked to Bruce, right? Um, they got him to they got two collections paid off, and I
Nice.
think he had to come up with like $1,100. Got the collections paid off and got his credit up to a 587.
Oh, there we go. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, I was kind of bummed about it. I felt like I failed him, but you guys were amazing help.
Yeah, that was a tough situation. I'm glad that it worked out in his favor because man,
Yeah,
that guy.
You and Cinda killed it.
Thank you, brother.
You guys are awesome.
Well, that's it. You guys have a great day. Thanks.
That's it. Happy weekend.
Other wins. Heather, you've been with us for a week now. What's your win? She's all, but I'm driving.
No, I'm not actually driving. Let's see. Well, I've been navigating through the command a little better. I think I started to actually really try to work on that. I set up my website, I think.
You think? You're like, I don't know if it's working or not.
It is kind of tricky, but I reached back out to a lead that I had. I haven't heard back from her yet, but I'm getting ready to start kind of. I did some social media posts yesterday, just on myself, on what I'm starting. So, kind of where I'm at.
Nice.
Got one under contract yesterday.
Nice job.
I did too.
And these people, they really put me to the test. These are first clients that asked every single question and really showed how much I knew. But I did good. I did good.
That's two escrows. Starts on Friday's wins.
Oh, and I'm writing an offer this afternoon. My clients are just waiting to see if they won $100,000. Dan, this is the first for me. So
What?
they entered some contest with some lending company, and they're giving out $100,000 to someone this afternoon. So that is what we are waiting on. They're already pre-qualified. They just want to see if they get the 100,000. So
Okay. Well,
yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm holding 3 open houses this weekend, seeing how traffic is going to be. I'm looking forward to that.
I think it's gonna be a good weekend, Audra.
Okay.
I hope so too. I'm doing 4.
Nice.
I'm building a gate today.
I'm gonna be watching kid battle for state all weekend for baseball. It's gonna be fun. Excited. I just thought of something though. There was so um, when I first started doing this, one of the best pieces of advice is best pieces of advice. There we go. That's probably the better way to say that. One of my mentors at the time had said that the easiest and best way to generate consistent income, like when you first start or generate consistent referrals, is to go through your phone book and professionally introduce yourself. because a lot of people that you know and that like, know, and trust you maybe have heard the grapevine or just adjacently, but having you call personally and introduce yourself professionally is such an important thing. It sounds so corny, but man, I've been doing that for 13 years, and I'm still not through my contact list. I don't think. Maybe I've gone through several times, but just calling and talking to people that in my phone book about what I do. But yeah, it's a little hidden trick for generating more business, and it's free. It's free other than your phone bill. We're already paying for that anyway.
It helps you to get
I want
reacquainted,
so
right?
bad.
Helps you what?
To get reacquainted with people, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I
Well,
did that.
And they
Yeah.
know that you're a realtor.
Yep.
Because a lot of times they don't.
Mm-hmm.
There's been so many of those phone calls that I've done, and they're like, "Oh, you know what? It's so crazy. I was just talking to, so and so about their mortgage, and I didn't even think about you. I'll have connect you guys right now." And then boom, I get a new application.
I want to do it, but there's a lot of people like I don't have an SOI like most. A lot of people on my phone are there, so I know not to answer the phone when they call me.
Okay, yeah, but what if one of them called and said, "Hey, Eric, I want to buy a house. Will you represent me?" You saying no?
Certain people, yes, I will turn down business and be like, "Fuck no."
Damn, I love it. Refer him to Trey and get the 25%.
These
I
are
got
good.
you.
Like I don't have like the cleanest past, and these people are the people I would not want to be in a room with ever again.
That's
You can
fair.
send them my way.
Yeah, send them here. I'm all good with gangs.
I mean, Heather used to literally control them and put them behind bars.
Totally
Oh,
did. I
snap.
can handle it.
And when you guys meet here, you'll understand. I think she could fight me. She's
Yeah, well,
sweet,
a
but she's
lot
got a
of them
sharp
don't
edge.
like me. A lot of them don't like me because I was going law enforcement and because I used to be part of that life.
I fight dirty. It's okay.
Yeah.
I don't understand the whole fight dirty. If you're not fighting to win, you're not fighting.
Right.
Why am I trying to making this go long as possible? I'm gonna pick up a brick and I'm gonna end it as fast as I can. There's no fighting dirty. It's fighting, right?
You should be thanking me. I made this a lot quicker than it should have been.
Yeah, when civil discord ends and physicalities, or what do they call fisticuffs, unveil itself, then we have no longer a civil discord. We have an altercation, and in such, there is no fair. You know what? I'm not going to spread my political beliefs, but I also believe that having war rules is weird too. That's why we call it war. End it. Violence is what keeps us a civil society. Just saying.
Yeah. Makes you think.
You're absolutely right.
All those
All right.
spankings.
Oh, and Sam, on the context thing, I definitely did that. But I realized like 95% of my contacts are people that are in the military that aren't here anymore. And I'm still asking for referrals, but that or my people back in Texas. So it didn't really help too much for me, but I did get some conversations out of it. And I'm not done with the whole list, of course.
Yeah, that's it's wild just how it's crazy how big our sphere of influence actually is when you go through and take the time to examine it. Because man, I'd be curious to see how many of those people, like in Texas, for instance, or how many of the friends that are still active duty have some affiliation with someone that is going to buy or sell in Arizona sometime in the next 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. I found out through doing this that one of my cousin's best friends, which I swear I've met this person before, but they have dual citizenship and they broker, I guess, like condominium sales in Thailand. So if you need a cheap condo in Thailand, they will find you one and help with the whole financing and purchasing one as a non-citizen is pretty freaking rad. So I didn't even know that existed, but now I do.
You know, I seen last time I went to Mexico a couple weeks ago, there were like a bunch of billboards of like agents out of Phoenix and stuff. How
Mhm.
does that work? You got to have like a dual citizenship or I
You
don't
know,
really-
I don't know. That's a great question though. I
Yeah,
wonder
'cause
if they were they Hispanic? Maybe they do. They
no,
have
there
dual
was
citizenship.
there was there was a black lady on a poster, there was a white lady on a poster, and it said based out of Phoenix, Arizona, call this number. I should have called that number. I think I took a picture of the billboard. Hold on. There was a 480 number, so it was Phoenix. Crap, I don't know if I took a picture. It's by Chad's house. I'll ask him to send me the number. I think he's there now.
Dan, do you remember the guy out of our office who used to work down in Rocky Point all the time?
Yeah, Larry Hilliard or Larry Miles, whatever he's going by these days.
Does he have a dual citizenship? Is that what that was? Or
Yep, 520-275-5626. Larry on the radio. He was on the radio for a long time. Has a great radio voice. Larry Hilliard or Larry Miles in my phone. Rocky Point.
That sucks.
Someone told me one time they were trying to compliment me. And they said I had a face for radio, and I was like, "Oh, thanks." And then I walked away and I was thinking about it, and I was like, "Damn, that's kind of cool."
Sam, are rates going to come down anytime soon?
Oh, eventually.
What does that mean?
Well, so it's a bit of a cluster
like
right now. So here's the thing. We won the war, guys. The war's over. We won. Now we are just had to pay for the war that we won, and we're going to do that by printing some money and sending some money overseas to pay for the war that we just victoriously won. And when we print money, that causes inflation, and the only way to combat inflation is by keeping the cost of lending high. So, yes, rates are going to come down eventually, but we won the war. That's the big thing. Sorry, I'm not trying to be sarcastic.
No, it's the reality of it all. I want you guys to understand what's going to happen in the next couple of months.
Yeah. I think the reality is, if nothing else, the rates will stay relatively the same, which are in the mid to high sixes for most people. The reality is, on a 30-year average, like over a 30-year period, rates, like the median rate is in the high fives, so we're not very far off of median. And if you look at, adjustment for inflation, rates being in the mid to high sixes is not the end of the world. I think that once we have stability in the overall economy, we're not going to war anymore. We're kind of like, staying, consolidating, all that stuff. I think that people will find that, people are still gonna have babies, people are still gonna buy houses. So a lot of the local market, they're starting to trend, more applications. Mortgage applications are always a precursor to sales. And so whenever I see an increase or a decrease in mortgage applications, I kind of can forecast what the next 90, 120 days, 180 days looks like. And since Friday, we've seen not a surge, but an uptick, like week over week in mortgage applications. So that tells me that people are like, okay, thank goodness we won the war. Now let's go buy a house. There's a lot of volatility and a lot of, uncertainty surrounding just that's a massive purchase for most people. Most people, that's the biggest purchase they'll ever make. So there's obviously, you want to do that when you have a little bit of certainty about what your future looks like. And now that we're sort of seeing that, I think that, we'll see that we'll see the market bounce back a little bit.
I love it how there's only ever like 4 people on camera. That's it. Is this making sense to you guys? You have buyers.
Yeah.
Every one of you has a buyer that's waiting for rates to come back down.
Yeah, I know I do.
I know you're not alone, Audra. If you don't have a buyer that's waiting for rates to come down, you haven't lead generated enough. There is someone out there that is stuck 6 years in the past saying, oh, rates are going to come back down to 3%. No. If they come back down to 3%, we have another problem on our hands.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do we want to pay 4%? No. But would that be a nice landing zone? Yeah, 2009, 4%, 4.75. It was right after inflation spikes. It was Obama's $8,000 to buy a first house, incentivizing people to buy and sell homes, right? The only thing that incentivizes people to buy and sell homes is the need to buy and sell homes. Once we compare their lifestyle to the solutions of real estate, it's an ease. But if you don't know why they're doing something, are you able to help them pair to the lifestyle need?
No,
No.
gotta get to the source.
I think one good thought experiment to have with every single client that's sort of on the fence is just your own version of this, but here's like the context of it. Who all remembers when you could walk into any grocery store, doesn't matter which grocery store, with $10 and walk out with milk, eggs, and bread?
When I
Yep.
was a kid, yep. We were broke, but we could leave with some good stuff.
Yep. And the reality is today you walk into any store and you're lucky if you get a dozen eggs for $10, right? So if I were to ask you today and say, hey, if I could fix the cost of grocery store for the next 30 years, would you take it? Chances are you'd probably say yes, right? Because we've seen what's happened with just our basic essentials. So with a mortgage payment, in a lot of cases for people, they can rent something for cheaper than they can pay on a mortgage. It used to be kind of inverted. Now it's clearly not inverted. Mortgages are going to be higher than the median rent in most cases. But we know that rent is going to go up, on average, this is just a nationwide average, about 9% a year, right? So for the next 30 years, if you compound that, it's a lot of money they're throwing away unnecessarily. If they can fix that cost for the next 30 years, it's going to save them a lot of money and give them some security. So when people are looking at buying a house and they're worried about, paying more than they're currently renting for and making that leap, you kind of have to allow them, by asking the right questions, to sort of forecast the future and see what that looks like if they don't make that decision. People are more motivated by fear than they are motivated by hope. And that's a really sad thing, and kind of like it's a sad thing, but that's where our society is. People are more motivated by fear. And it's unfortunate. And I don't ever agree with using like any sort of manipulative tactics, but I think it's important for you to help someone channel that and see the reality of it to help them make a wise decision. So, being a dad, a lot of times I have to, I've got to motivate my kids by fear. Like I'm like, hey, I know your bicycle helmet looks dorky. I know you don't like wearing it because you think you look dumb. But the reality is, if you ride your bike and you hit something and you hit yourself in the head, you're going to hurt yourself pretty bad, right? You could paralyze yourself. And so I'm using fear to motivate him to make the right decision, right? And sometimes we have to do that with our clients as well. So just kind of as a thought experiment, playing with that with your clients and allowing them to see like, hey, yes, it's scary. Yes, it's probably something that you initially is going to feel like, you're being stretched to a new capacity. But the reality is this is a much safer bet than, than sticking in rent. It's the frog in the pot of boiling water. We'd rather hop into a pot of water that's 2 degrees warmer just indefinitely, or a pot of water that is slowly going to increase year over year until you boil to death.
If you guys didn't know this, you can boil frogs because they don't know they're getting boiled as long as you turn the water up slowly.
I knew that.
Yep.
You would. You weird military guys eating your frogs.
I grew up a lot in Louisiana, so that's my reason.
There you go.
All right, so let's talk about this. How can we position ourselves with our buyers and our lending team to uncover some of these misunderstandings?
I think you just said it. for me, the best thing that's worked out is just getting them in contact with my lender. Like that's seems to be the best thing because a lot of times they say the interest rates are too high, da 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 da. But if I can convince them to just talk to my lender, see what your payment's going to be, and then they see the payment's not as high as they thought for a house that they were looking for, stuff like that, it usually can walk them down that cliff.
Yeah, as humans, we definitely fear the unknown more than we fear the known. And as soon as you can take the unknown and make it known, a lot of times that diminishes fear pretty drastically.
Yeah.
So just putting it in front of them is the big. Every kid is scared of the monster under their beds until you force them to look under the bed and realize it's just dirty socks and some fur balls.
Yeah.
For those of you guys that have kids, there's an amazing kids book by Jocko Willnick. I can never say his name right. Is it Jocko Willnick? SEAL Team.
Jocko
guy?
Willnick.
Yeah.
Jocko.
Willick.
It's It's Willick, isn't it? Jocko Willick. He writes kids books, and you can tell it's him writing it because like the way he tries to rhyme is just terrible. You can tell this is a gunslinger trying to write a kids book, but they are like the moral of the story is really good. We talked about one about the little boy that's overcoming fear and he has to fight dragons. It's a super good book.
Overcome fear, fight dragons. I think we talk about fight dragons on this call, don't we?
Yeah.
Weird. Gotta tell
They're
people.
just extra salty.
What's that?
So we fight dragons. They're just extra salty.
Oh, real thing. Completely tangent. Has nothing to do with financing at all.
I know.
Put your advertising through your broker bot. Make sure you have your logo on it. Make sure in the caption, the very first words are, your brokerage. We just had an agent that the ADRE found advertising that was blind, what they call blind advertising. It didn't have the brokerage name. Her first and last name wasn't on there. Blind advertising. And the ADRE demanded within 72 hours, I think it was, she had to produce every marketing thing she's ever done for review.
Oh, damn.
And failure to do so was revocation of her license. Revocation of her license.
Sounds like an average Monday for me.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't advertise very much because that seems like a lot to find.
Yeah. So let's just make sure you have the logo and stuff, guys. If you're doing a video, put it in caption, Lots of new guidelines. Just saying. I know Lending World has a ton more guidelines than we do, but just crazy, crazy stuff. Because Sam has to put like Sam Amazing Lender NMLS number 44455.
If you miss the Amazing Lender part, they get pissed off.
They
No,
really
I've gotten in trouble for an agent making a video honestly about some dumb shit, but then tagging me in it, and I got in trouble for it. I'm like, okay, first off, you can't tag me if you're gonna say inaccurate information, and second, like that was just silly. Like don't do that. So as much as you think you're trying to be nice, don't tag your lender in your videos.
You're all, please don't.
They're like, anyone can you get a pony and you get a pony. And I'm like, nope, they do not get a pony.
You're not Oprah.
There are no ponies to be had here, my friends.
Look under your seat.
Yeah. It's literally the
Scary.
premise of the video. Yeah, wild world we live in. Well, should we do I think we should do a weekend challenge.
I'm up. Who's
All
in?
right. So let's start with A, and let's introduce ourselves to 5 people in our sphere of influence professionally that their name has an A somewhere at the beginning or the end. Yes,
Dolan's
no,
in.
maybe.
Look at Dolan. He's all about it. He's looking at Cynthia to make sure she's in. He's staring at her. He's dogging her right now. He's looking at her like, you're gonna do this. Oh, now he's logging into something. There's a second Dolan on the call. He's so in. He's brought a second Dolan.
I don't know if I know that many A's.
Yeah, you
Sorry,
do.
I'm just trying to figure this stuff out.
So
They probably have an A in their name somewhere.
if they don't have an A first name or an A last name, they got an A somewhere, like Daniel. It's the second letter. What he's trying to say, Audra, is call 5 people from your phone that you haven't talked to.
Oh,
Reintroduce yourself as a real estate professional. Because everyone has an A in name.
Oh, that was clever. I was nodding my head, just agreeing, and I was like, wait, there's a little cold nugget right there.
You know what? There may not be an I in team, but there is 2 of them an idiot. Sam and I are those eyes.
Oh boy, yes we are.
Moose went swimming this morning. He was laying next to me, a soppy ball of dog. You guys have to see this. Just down there.
Moose, he's all tuckered out.
He went swimming. He's all, leave me alone.
Dad, I'm tuckered. I need to go to sleep.
Oh, we got the new puppy has been running him ragged, so he hides in my office as much as he can. Well, now it's becoming a storage ground. My wife is going through cupboards, so she moved my 3D printers.
They got boxes now.
She wants to sell the stand that they were on.
I don't know if you printed those boxes. Well, what do you want to do for? Do you guys have any topics you want to do next week? I think it's always fun to do like objections and going through like, hey, how do we
let's really focus on the reluctancy of buyers to speak to a real estate lending professional. We have so many buyers out there that won't sit and talk to a lender. Right? Why? Let's uncouple the fear and help people make that decision to better themselves. I know it's low energy day, guys. It's a holiday, right? Low energy. But let's go do crazy things. I think Sam's onto something. And the way he started this call off with just call people on your phone and reintroduce yourself is the #1 way to get business because they're already in your life. Even if they have an agent.
Yep.
Right. I honestly, and this hurts my heart to say it, I have not sold every client that I've sold before. They've gone with a different agent. I'm reminded of it because my ex-girlfriend bought a house with someone else this last round.
Oh man.
Damn her and her new boyfriend. Blaming him. It was all him. He was jealous. We can't use your incredibly handsome, tall, good-looking realtor to buy this house. We got to use this super young, pretty blonde woman. Something seems off here.
Something seems off. If you feel awkward making those calls, just try and imagine you're at a barbecue, someone's backyard, and you're talking. And that's the easiest way to do it. Just how would you talk about your profession if you're at a backyard barbecue?
I love that.
Yeah. Easy, rolls off the tongue. You're talking to a friend.
We overcomplicate the conversations. Have fun. Can you guys feel the energy when we're on the call in the morning?
Oh yeah.
Does it feel like Sam and I have a weird banter back and forth? There's like friction. It's like we're trying, or is this a very easy flowing conversation?
comfortable.
That's how you are on the phone with everyone. So be comfortable. Be yourself. They are your friends. Approach them like your friend, not some person you haven't talked to in 6 years. I ran into someone I knew in high school, haven't talked to them in 18 years, and it was like we never stopped talking. Hugs at Costco, big high five. It was like good to see him. It's interesting how we do that is because they were part of our lives before, and it's really easy to get them back by just, like Sam said, you're at a barbecue. You're reconnecting. Now, if someone's at a barbecue, bring me some food.
I'm in a real estate group, and that happens to be the topic this morning. People complaining about rates, and someone posted a chart that shows the median sold price versus the interest rate, and it shows that historically, when rates come down, buyer demand goes back up, and prices tend to rise drastically.
That's what I said. If it goes back to 3%, we have a bigger problem.
Yeah, we have a bigger problem, and it's a cool chart. I think I'm gonna start using this. It goes back to 1995. I wasn't born yet, but that's fun.
Put it in the group chat. So, all All right. I'm going to make 2 people very, very jealous this morning. I'm going to get off this call. I'm going to go build a gate, then I'm going to take my son to sushi.
You mother.
All right. Have
You
a
guys
great
should
day,
get some
my
good
friend.
fried rice while you're there, Dan.
Have a
Oh, don't forget your
fantastic
Fanta orange.
day.